Hey, what's up, housemates? Welcome back to another episode of It's About Deep House with the one and only The Deepest. I'm back again for a brand new episode. Hope everyone's good. If you're new to the channel, if you just tuned in and this is your first watch, please don't be afraid. Subscribe. Indulge yourself in Let's Go Deep podcast content that has been released in the past few years and months. And yeah, welcome to the family. Welcome to the club. You're officially a housemate. Without wasting any time and dabbling, we are here for a deep house review. Nah, literally review. I don't know how long it's been since I last did a review, so I'm most excited for this review. Because we've been having a lot of exclusive previews, and I just want to go back to the year of 2024. Was it the year of 2024? Definitely the year of 2024. Yeah, the year of 2024. A producer that I know every housemate, new and old, knows about, whose name goes by the name of Bekzin Terris, released a track last year titled Breeze. See, I want to go back to the specific track. I want to review it because I hold the power of doing that and I'm able to do it. And I want to mention something about this track because there's a lot that I have listened to this track for, I don't know, plus minus 100 times by now. And the beauty about this track is that it is created particularly for the season we're about to enter. It is a fresh texture. It's just fresh. So, track title, Breeze, artist, Bekzin Terris. This is for all my deep house lovers out there, old and young. This is what you appreciate mostly. Pure deep house music. Let's go. Bekzin Terris. Bekzin Terris. Title of the track, Breeze. This is for summer. Yes. This was a breath of fresh air at its best, man. This right here is what we live for. This right here is what keeps us moving in this concept of what we call life. Without this, I don't think I'll be functioning as a human being. Because this right here, this is what we call deep house music. This is what we call joy. This is what we call love. Most importantly, this is what we call peace. Bekzin Terris, Breeze. A year-old track, but it's just fresh every time you listen to it. Like, let's get down to the review of it, man. You made it this far. Stay along. Stay along. You understand why this is called It's About Deep House and why this is called Let's Go Deep Podcast. So, let's discuss this track. Let's start it off with just the foundation because we're going to look upon the foundation, chord progression, melody. Start it off with the foundation. This is a very intense foundation. You hit it from the way it just starts it. It's a strong foundation that is dominated mostly by bassy elements. You heard that kick. That kick is on a low frequency aspect where it's just strong. It's unique. Just brings about that deepness to the track. You know, that oomph. While we move on from that and derive to the chord progression. See, now with the chord progression, with a track of such a structure, it is a track that has been filled with a lot of elements. But you know what I love? Because the producer, which is Bekzin Terris, who's not new, who's been doing this for years and years, decades and decades, he knows what he's doing. And he opted for a traditional and modern route all combined into one. Because if you heard from the beginning, the way the elements just started to creep in, it wasn't a thing of, just bit by bit. There was this cluster of elements that form one unique element on its own that just came in a tone of like a volume, slowly gaining its gain, gaining its strong concept, its foot, slowly but surely. And then he took the modern roots by instilling the other forms of elements. Because this track is a track that is filled with a lot of elements, making it thick in structure, as the musical terms say, But we have to speak about the bass line. See, the bass line is like the anchor for me. It's like the very aspect that keeps together, holds together the whole entire concept of this production. It binds everything together so that every element, once it's reached or enters, they have a foot or a road or a path that they need to travel on. you know. And then there's this smooth. It is smooth, it is soft in texture as well, chord that just brings about life. If I recall quite clearly, it's the tune, 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 tune. That chord, it just brings a sense of life to this track. It brings that life, it brings that void, that just that beautiful aspect of what music is. You know, man, I love how Bekzin structured the elements to give each other space, to give each other motion and momentum to just breathe and do their thing. Because on one concept, this specific group of elements they stop for a bit, toned down, while this one takes its solo concept. You know, like that vocal once it introduced, like everything about this track is unique, which makes sense in terms of the melody. Because when we speak about the melody, I just want us to like speak about the emotional side of what we feel within this track. Because we felt the melody, but now what does it bring? What type of emotions that it evoke? Just to let it just like the track itself, the title of the track itself, Breeze. This track is literally that. It's a breed of fresh air. It's a breed of fresh air. It evokes a sense of joy and appreciation of life. And what most important that I want to emphasize, it's made for summer. See, now we're approaching the concept of summer. You're a DJ, you're a listener of the genre. This is a track that you want in your playlist because it just breathes in fresh air. The moment it plays, it breathes in fresh air that just pushes one into appreciating the concepts of life, what we live for, understanding your surrounding, and just appreciating the most important aspect of them all, which is life on its own. This this right here is what I love about the concept of deep house music. It is made for us. It is what we breathe. This has been a beautiful review and can't wait for the next one. Stay tuned for the next review because the track that we're about to review there is very old but new at the same time. We're going back in time just to get a sense of life a bit. This is your boy, the one and only, the deepest, and catch you on the next one, housemates.